I'm a PhD candidate in the history department, and my research looks at the history of physician-patient privilege and medical confidentiality in the United States. The gist of my dissertation is arguing that the laws we have on the books now were cobbled together long before modern ideas of privacy and patients' rights. And so I look at the forces that kind of brought those to light in the 19th century, and then kind of use that as a lens to re-examine sort of the state of the law now and explain, okay, well, why is it that we have these ideas that we hold so dear today? The OHC Dissertation Fellowship was a really nice opportunity to take a quarter to really focus in on my writing and make sure that I was giving the dissertation all that I could, getting to live in your project and not really focus on anything else. But also it gave me the opportunity to give a work in progress talk here last quarter, which was a really helpful experience to get together in front of peers and professors, not just from the history department where I given talks before, but to subject my work to a wider audience. And I got some really helpful feedback out of that I'm working now to integrate into my dissertation. So I have a pending journal article that came out of the work I did during my dissertation fellowship. And then the hope is that that'll help me as I go out on the job market next fall and make me a much more competitive candidate.
The title of my project is The Medieval Person, Concepts of Self and Personhood in Late Medieval English Literature. I got interested in the project because I took a course with Laura Bavilsky on early modern selfhood. And we learned about how the early moderns had a real sense of themselves as created, as created by themselves, self-fashioned. And it really did relate to this really modern way of thinking about the self. The work in progress talk was really cool because I was able to talk about not just a tiny section of one chapter, but the whole concept, the whole big picture, the global view of the thing that I had really been thinking about for 5 or 6 years. I was able to draft an entire chapter in 6 weeks. There's very clear output that I was able to make. I think that the chapter that I did while here in this office was the best crafted piece of writing that I have done in a long time. I really wish that more of my colleagues had this opportunity.